Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Keto and the Chaos. My name is Tammy, and on this channel, I like to share all my tips and tricks on how I lost 200 pounds without surgery and how you can be successful on your own weight loss journey. So if that's what you're looking for, don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring the bell for more videos like this one to inspire you to get started. Welcome back, everyone. It is Saturday, March 14th here today, and it is weigh-in day. So my weigh-in days in 2020 were moved to Saturdays. The last couple of weeks have been a little weird because of competitions. My schedule is sort of back to normal, if you can call it normal. I've been up since about 6 a.m. this morning thinking about what I wanted to say on my video today. I have so many thoughts in my head. I have so many things I'd like to talk about or to share. And now that I'm sitting down in front of the camera, my mind is kind of going blank and I'm trying to keep track of what I was planning to talk about. So needless to say, of course, we want to talk about how things went this week. Last you heard from me, I was dealing with some water weight issues from the last two competition weekends. You know, they're high excitement, high stress. I definitely looked like death warmed over last week, and I appreciate those of you who complimented me and made me tried to make me feel better about myself a little bit, because I literally did look like death, and I felt really terrible because my lip was swollen and everything, and so I kind of was in a bad way last week just because physically I felt bad. I didn't feel good. This week I'm feeling a lot better. Today I put on makeup for the first time in a couple of weeks. I've been doing a lot of makeup, but it hasn't been on myself. It's been on the kids, and I haven't really had a lot of opportunity to put any on myself or even the desire to. And honestly, I don't really know why, but I just kind of felt like I wanted to doll myself up a little bit this afternoon to talk to you guys and just kind of cheer myself up a little bit, have a little fun, since, you know, we're kind of stuck here in the house due to the virus that shall not be named. We cannot name it. I don't know if you guys have realized, but any single video that in the title or description mentions said virus, and I don't even know, they might even have a scrubber that goes across your video to see if you're talking about it. But every video that talks about that is being demonetized right now. So don't take offense if your video is demonetized. If you purposely put the name of said virus in the description or title, it's going to be immediately demonetized. And it has been actually from the beginning. It has not, this is not a recent development. YouTube has probably decided that they maybe want to control the narrative on it, or I mean, I don't know. I don't know what their reasoning is. They don't want to scare people, but it's been labeled as something that's not suitable for all viewers and not suitable for ads to be placed on it, which I think is silly, because if the ad people knew any better, they'd want to know that everybody in the whole planet literally only wants to talk about that right now and only wants to watch videos about that. And so it would behoove them to place ads on said videos. You know, just saying. So how did it go this week? When we came back on Sunday, I don't think I realized the ramifications of the seriousness of the situation. Before we left for Idaho, obviously I went out of state. I traveled out of state, and I didn't feel like there was anything to worry about. Even last week when I got home, I still didn't feel like we had done anything that maybe was untoward. I don't know. I can't remember if I posted in that last video a clip of the actual crowd. I think I may have. It was kind of insane. It was standing room only, and it was a lot of people there. And I wasn't afraid at all. I wasn't worried at all. I didn't think I was doing anything that I shouldn't do at all. So from Monday to Saturday, my views on the subject have done a complete turnaround and flip. I'm kind of actually regretting going to that competition. I think that if I had known what I know now, that I would have already tried to be self-quarantining, and I wouldn't have gone to the competition, and maybe I would have encouraged the team to not go, though I don't know if it would have done any good at that time, because it wasn't, the request to self-quarantine wasn't as prevalent as it has become in the last few days. So last week when I went shopping, I didn't stock up on anything about my regular grocery shop. I did feel prompted by the Lord to buy my groceries on Thursday before we left instead of waiting till we got back. My original plan was to shop on Monday, and I'm really, really glad that I listened to that voice in my head telling me to go shopping and that I got it done a little early, because then we were kind of set when we got back with at least a week's worth, maybe a little bit more worth of food. And we weren't like panicking when all of a sudden everything was gone out of the grocery stores. Now, when we went out of town last weekend and the TP was starting to get taken, I kind of rolled my eyes and thought, oh dear, like, come on, people. What a thing. What a thing. And if I had been smart, I would have gone to the Walmart in Idaho and like see if they had any and take some home. I did not realize the craziness that was going to ensue in the days following. And if I had had a little forethought, I might have shopped a little bit in Idaho to see if there was anything there available. I honestly didn't go to the stores at all, so I don't know. So needless to say, I bought a package of 18 rolls, and we have a family of 11. We're down to 9 rolls left, so I think we're going to survive at least another week. Getting prepared with my old rags that I'm glad I haven't thrown them all out, and a 5-gallon bucket to like be the little receptacle for when we get to the place where we don't have any more TP. Either that or I'm going to try and trade some eggs for some, go back to the olden days where we barter everything. I've got plenty of eggs, and I noticed that all the eggs are sold out in the stores. So I'm hoping that somehow I'll be able to trade eggs for maybe some things that I need if this goes on, in more than another week or two. So, that being said, I have taken the request to social distance myself very literally and very seriously. We have progressively taken more things out of our schedule. At first, we were thinking, oh, we'll just keep going to the dance studio. We'll wash our hands and everything. But now I'm thinking that we won't be going back this week. And also, my kids aren't in school, so that was really never an issue, though they have closed down schools here for the next 2 weeks. And of course, the only thing we do is go to the dance studio. We really don't go anywhere else like socially. We do have our once a week school, and our group has already taken this week off for spring break. We are still up in the air about whether or not we are going to come back for the rest of the year, or if we are just going to try and do distance classes with each other and like meet on go meeting or Zoom or something along those lines to keep the kids engaged. Obviously, we're all homeschoolers, so we have a plan in place for what to do if we decide not to go forward with that, so I'm not super worried about it. Amidst all the craziness, I did go out to my local grocery store trying to find some more staples of things that I felt like we're going to need next week, because I'm not sure if we'll be able to get out next week. And luckily, we've been working on our budget really well, and we actually had a surplus account that we were able to use to buy extra groceries. We're like totally blessed. Like, we actually made it to the end of February, went on our vacation, and came back, and we still had some extra that we were able to use for this, because I was really glad when I was going to Walmart and finding like whatever I could find. Like, most of the shelves were completely bare. In fact, I'm going to put a clip in here of that for you guys so you can get a kick out of it. It's probably the same everywhere where you are too. I don't know. But here in Utah, every single store is cleaned out. And the one I went to was actually less cleaned out than others. I found a store that was a little bit less traveled with less people in it. And so I'm going to show you guys that right here. Cereal. So that's weird. And so the best thing that I actually experienced going to the shops amidst all of this, I actually chose to go to some stores that were a little bit, like I said, less frequented. There weren't as many people. There were much more older people and less younger people. And people were being very kind to each other. And people were like going around muttering about not being able to find certain things or whatever. And like, the one thing I really noticed is people stopping to chat with each other. Like whenever I go grocery shopping, like I always get looked at like I'm the crazy person, because I'm the one with the big, huge cart full up to the top, because I have 9 kids. And when we shop for a week, like it fills the whole cart. Like I always look like that. So first thing, it was really nice to fit in and not feel like a crazy person for having a whole bunch of food in my cart, because usually I get a lot of weird looks in Walmart when I'm shopping because my cart is so full and people think I'm weird. Secondly, seeing people talking to each other and being able to feel like you could talk to literally anybody and have something to say. We all have something in common. Everyone in the entire world literally has something they can talk to each other about right now. That's exciting. It really made conversation in public a lot easier. Instead of looking down at the floor and ignoring someone having a conversation with her husband on the phone about the frustration of being able to find eggs, I was able to say, oh, hey, you know what? I have backyard chickens. I have lots of eggs. I'm going to give you my number. If you really need some, will you please text me and we can work something out, because I would really like to help you out. And we were able to have a whole conversation with a person that I would never have probably ever noticed or even said hello to. And then, of course, I had some of the older women who came from the back hills in the Himalayas or somewhere. No, not Himalayas, in the Appalachians, I think is where she said. Himalayas. That's in Asia. I don't even know my geography right now. Great homeschooler. But anyway, somewhere back in the backwoods where she grew up using a backyard porta potty kind of thing, like an outhouse. And she's like, all these people getting worried about toilet paper. What are they thinking? What a silly thing to get obsessed over. And I'm trying not to picture people, where would they even put all that toilet paper? And then I do have a friend who actually has a year's supply of toilet paper already, and she has offered to give me a package. So I might take her up on that this afternoon if I feel like I need it, or maybe next week if we're starting to run out and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get to the shops. So anyway, I'm sure you guys are having all kinds of weird experiences yourself. The one troublesome thing that was really difficult for us was that all the meat got sold out, and our family goes through a lot of meat. Luckily, we had just bought a big, huge 40-pound box of chicken, because we always do, and this was our week to buy. I usually buy 30 pounds of ground beef. So I buy about 30 pounds of ground beef at a time when it goes on sale at my store. Well, I went to the store, no ground beef. They didn't even get their shipment in. They grind it themselves in the store, and it was just going to be impossible to get at the sale price that I normally get it at. So today, Dave ran up to that place we like to go to, the Smart Food Service, to see if they had any, and he was only able to find patties. But he was able to find patties at a decent price. The box of fresh patties was $2.50 a pound, which is even a better deal than the other ground beef that we usually get. And then the frozen ones were $2.80, which is the same price as the ones we usually get. So we were able to get 30 pounds ground beef. So we're set, at least for the next few weeks, probably about a month, we could live on the meat that we have. We were also able to get some pork chops and stuff like that. So I think we're doing okay. Food-wise, I feel really calm. I don't feel worried about staying home. There were a few things that I couldn't get a hold of. Milk, but we already had a couple gallons because I had bought them on Thursday. Smart. And then let's see what else. Almond milk, but I was able to find some finally after I went to a couple of stores. What else was I looking for that I couldn't find? Of course, toilet paper. And that's just a given. I do have a Walmart order in for an hour from now. For the cart, pickup. It's got all kinds of things like that. I'm sure that I probably won't get any of them, but here's to trying. It can't hurt if we are able to get the stuff, but if we aren't able to get the stuff, we'll survive. We were able to get gluten-free pasta. We were able to get pasta sauce. I was able to get jelly, but not peanut butter, but I think we have enough. I was able to get a couple of loaves of bread before it was all gone. So we're doing okay. Food-wise, we're doing okay. So how did I do on my food this week? With all the stress going on, right? And my anxiety can get a little out of control, and I have a lot of kids to worry about. My anxiety level is okay. I felt a little high anxiety this morning, and maybe we'll talk about that later. I don't know if I'm going to mention that in this video or not. But for the most part, I've been pretty calm about the whole situation. Obviously, I want to be proactive and be a good global citizen and try and keep my family home as much as I can. But the anxiety has not really triggered food binging or anything. I have eaten a little maybe extra. I had some Slim Fast Keto fat bombs extra on top of my regular food, but not an extreme amount. I've been eating this fun new snack called Flock Chips. They're chicken skins like pork rinds, and they taste like thin, crispy kind of pork rinds, but not pork. Oh my gosh, you guys. They're so expensive. They're obviously not going to be something that can be a staple for me, but they are a complete protein. They are slightly higher in fat than protein, so they're about the same nutrition as bacon, which, should be a condiment, not a staple. but they're so good. And I wish that I could get them to like let me do a video for them, because I asked and they were just like, here's a discount. Thanks. It's for me only. And it was for one deal, one time only. I'm like, they're $3 a bag. So $24 for 8, I think. And that's just, I mean, it's a week's worth for me. And I can't afford to spend $24 on chicken skins. If I had an air fryer, I would totally make myself some of those right now. Like, I bet I can make those with like leftover chicken skins that we peel off of our chicken thighs when we're making soup and stuff, and I throw them to the chickens. I give my chicken skins to the chickens. I know that's creepy, but chickens will eat anything. They're like little monsters. I love them. I'm kind of a crazy chicken lady right now. Okay, a lot actually. We're incubating more, and I'm so glad I have them right now. I cannot even tell you. Instant food storage, always laying eggs. And if I really need some chicken, go back to the good old days where you just went and picked one out of the backyard and put it in the pot. I don't know if I could do it, but I would do it if I need to do it. I would do it. Yeah, I'll feed my kids that way. Food-wise, I felt like it went exactly how I planned. I stuck to my higher protein. I kept my calories at about 2,000 or less. I did my deal. Did I eat Quest bars every day? Yep, I sure did. Yep-a-roni. And I'm happy that I did it, because it's working. It's keeping my cravings down. It's keeping me from overeating. It's making me feel like I'm having a treat a day without binging like I would with the whipped cream. I haven't even bought any whipped cream in since I started the protein. So about what? 3 weeks? I think it's been 3 weeks. 4 weeks? I can't even remember how many weeks it's been. It is working for me. I am feeling satiated again. I am comfortable again and happy. I'm not feeling like every time I eat a bite, I'm gaining weight. So that being said, let us get to the weigh-in so that we can discuss it. And then I might tell you a little bit more about why I had some anxiety about this whole virus that shall not be named thing this morning. So as you can see, I weighed in today at 184.0, which is a 4.4 pound loss for the week. And it puts me right back to where I was post-Christmas explosion. So I'm officially 190 pounds down instead of 200 pounds down. I haven't been able to get to the point where I can lose that 10 pounds I put on during Christmas when I was binging on the whipped cream. But I'm finally to a place where I feel like the future is not bleak, because I was starting to feel bleak. Now, granted, cycle-wise, last week, like I told you, was my ovulation cycle. This is my normal week to drop water weight. So that is normally what happens to me. This isn't a random thing just because of what I've been doing. This is just because that's my cycle, and that's how my body does. So I don't know for sure if I've lost any weight. To me, in the mirror, I feel like I've lost some. I measured my inches though, and my waist and hips stayed the same. So I don't know, I guess not like actual fat, but I feel like I look better. Does that even make any sense? Anyway, so I'm pretty happy, obviously, with that, with finally dropping some of that water weight. I feel like I hang on to it forever and ever, amen. I feel like it's all I ever say is I have water weight. But I am basically back to the stable weight where I was at when I got finished with my Christmas crazy. And that's a good thing, because that means that I am finally getting to the place where maintenance is a reality. And so that is very good, because then I know if I cut back a little bit, maybe I could lose some more if I desire to. Right now, I'm still not worrying about that. I should be probably. I tried on my jazz costume this week. I won't even show you anything. I didn't even take any pictures or video of that because I was like, not super attractive. Let's just put it that way. But you know what? I'm going to be brave and get on the stage and do it anyway, because why not? Who really cares anyway besides me? Nobody cares. Everyone's just going to think I'm awesome for doing it, and they won't care what I look like, so I can't care either, because it's no point in that if I'm just going to go up there and get it done. That is, of course, if the recital isn't canceled. We had just decided that we were going to compete in the next competition, us moms, and it looks like that might even be canceled. It's supposed to happen April 10th and 11th. like Easter weekend. So I don't know. We will see what is back on the docket. I know that the 2 competitions coming up the next 2 weekends were canceled, so that was a big bummer. But a good thing, because then we don't have to make the choice. The competition venue is making it for us. Our governor has asked us to kind of shut that kind of thing down. And that is where my frustration lies. So as a good global citizen, you can choose to disagree with me if you would like. Honestly, any comments that say the virus that shall not be named is a hoax or something put on by the government, or that we don't need to be worried about it, or the flu is worse, or any of those comments shall just be deleted or ignored. I am not going there with you guys. As a responsible global citizen, it is our duty to socially distance ourselves as much as we humanly possibly can from other people. Now, obviously, going to the grocery store, you've got to go to the grocery store. I mean, we all have to have food. I understand that. But you do not need to go to the fast food restaurant. You do not need to make those kids come to work. And that is where my frustration lies. My older 2 boys work in the food service industry. I messaged their boss. He is a owner of a chain of restaurants, but it's a small chain. There are only, I think, 5 of them in Utah. And I asked him if he was going to listen to the governor and shut his restaurants down for the 2 weeks that the governor has asked us to. And he said, no, he cannot financially do that. And he said, if my boys should desire to, they could stay home for 2 weeks starting Monday. They wouldn't lose their jobs, but of course they would lose pay, because this is obviously fast food industry. And I told my boys that. They weren't super excited about it. They kind of look at me like literally like I'm a crazy person. I think that my oldest literally thinks I'm crazy. My oldest son has severe asthma. He struggles with it on the daily already. If he gets this, I don't know that he's going to make it. He's 24 years old. Who knows? I mean, he's young. He's relatively healthy. But, you know, like, he's taking a risk every single day. He's going to the restaurant where all of these people that could be coming in who might have the virus, or be working with people who might catch it. This morning, right after I had this conversation with them, and my 21-year-old reluctantly agreed to stay home and made me sound like I was a crazy person, they announced on like Facebook, or like a live Facebook, I guess, video, that they have their first community community outbreak. Basically, like someone that didn't actually physically come in contact with someone that was known to have it and may have passed it to the community before they knew they had it. Does that make sense? So, like, before that, all the cases could be linked back to someone who had it, and they'd come flown in or whatever. But this is the first, like, local community person that has come down positive with it. So, of course, all of the people he works with at the restaurant, yes, it's a restaurant. Thankfully, he was not a food handler. He was a door greeter, so he didn't, like, touch people mostly. But all the people he closely worked with have now had to self-quarantine, and it's just a mess. It's just a mess, and we know that it's coming. And it's our responsibility to keep it from spreading fast. So there's no way to keep it from spreading, guys. We're all probably going to get it. Just like the swine flu. I just had it, like, last year. Like, H1N1 used to be, like, this big scary thing. But the thing is about this is that we have to keep it from getting too crazy too quickly. And the only thing we can do as people, the only control that we possibly have, is to limit our contact with others and wash our hands and practice good hygiene. Literally, that's the only thing we can do to protect ourselves or our family, or to help the global community ride this out. Okay? So I'm trying to do my best to do that. I'm canceling all of our things. We're staying home the best we can. We just finished the very last grocery shop that we're gonna do, and other than the Walmart pickup, because we still have to go grab that if they even give us anything, and then we're done. And we are gonna hunker down for a couple of weeks and ride this thing out. But my kids, my older kids who are adults, they probably fully intend to go to work. My 19-year-old and my almost 18-year-old are involved in a ballet production that's supposed to happen in June, and this week they're supposed to be having practices. This morning my daughter woke up with a severe cough, runny nose. Now, she has runny nose, so we know it's not probably the virus, but, you know, she's sick. She woke up hacking up a lung. And she called them, or she texted them and told them, I'm sick, I should probably not come. And they're like, we're not afraid of your cold, come anyway, even though the studio has a policy of no illness. This made me very concerned. So I wasn't really happy about that. They went ahead and went. I didn't stop them. I mean, granted, it's a small amount of people, and it's the same people they're associated with like 3-4 times a week, and it's not like a huge group of people or anything. It's only a few people practicing. I'm also scheduled to photograph this small group of people on Saturday, and I don't know what I'm going to do about that. They think that this is going forward, and I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, I don't even know what to do about that. My best plan is to not touch anybody, keep my camera washed off, and just keep to myself and take photos and let them pose themselves and hope for the best, because I don't know that there's any way I'm going to be able to get out of this. It would cause huge problems if I try to get out of it. So, I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. We're going to see how this week goes. Make decisions as it gets closer. If it gets worse, probably she'll just shut it down anyway. We can hope for that. So I don't know. I am uncomfortable with it. Let's just put it that way. But it also needs to be done. And so, torn. So anyway, sorry about my crazy kids. Even though we're homeschooling, they are feeling the weirdness and the stir craziness and the excitement that everybody else is feeling. And they are excited and they are very loud today. I bought me a brand new couch yesterday. Okay, that's not true. Guys, I got the best deal. I went and got a couch off Facebook Marketplace. I know that's crazy to do in the middle of all this. I probably shouldn't have done it. I got it for $75 and it was a $3,500 custom leather couch. When we went up to get it, it was in a gated neighborhood that was so far up the mountain, I didn't even know you could have houses up there. And our old governor was walking his dog up there. He saw us in our beater van and gave me this look like, yeah. He didn't respond to my, hey, very well. I wonder if the past governor decided to put out an announcement that visitors were not allowed in their gated community after he saw us. Hope we didn't get her in trouble, but I'm so glad I got that couch, guys. It's amazing. Like, amazing. It's literally the nicest thing I've ever owned in my whole life. And I actually told her that and told her how grateful I was that we were able to get it. And she told me that it was a $3,500 couch. So I told her how grateful I was for her being so generous, and it just meant so much to me. And she has no idea, no idea. To her, it's just an old beater couch. You would have seen her house, you would know. But to me, it's a gift, and I am, small little things, little mercies that just make you feel happy and make you feel less stressed out. It's just a gift. All right, guys. Well, stay safe out there. Please, all of you, stay home if you can. I hope all of you have the supplies that you need, and I hope you're able to find them. If you're not able to find the supplies that you need, try posting on Facebook and ask if anybody has anything that you could trade. I really see the barter system becoming great as long as we don't have too much physical contact with other people. We can place things down and run back and get we don't have to get within 6 feet of people in order to do a barter. And I really think that there's a lot of people out there that hoarded toilet paper that probably didn't think to hoard something else. And maybe you have something else, some kind of shelf-stable food that they would trade some for. So it doesn't hurt to ask. That's going to be my next plan, is to post. I have eggs. As soon as I have something I need, I'm going to post, I have eggs. Anybody want to trade? And I'm thinking that might be a good idea, especially, of course, if this goes on a little longer than the 2 weeks that we've been told will slow the rate of the spread of the virus. So stay healthy out there, you guys. Stay healthy. Stay away from people. I love you all so much. Thank you for your support. I'm so glad you're here. Don't forget to check out all the links in the About section. There's a Perfect Keto thing going on this week. I'm going to post the information down there, but this isn't sponsored or anything by Perfect Keto, but I'm going to put the link for you in case you were looking to buy some stuff, stock up your Perfect Keto pantry. Yeah, I didn't really feel like making a whole video for them, but I do have a discount code. I think that's good this week. And I think it starts Tuesday. It goes till, I think it's Tuesday to Friday. So I could be wrong about that, but I'll put the details in the video, in the about section below, in case you're interested in that. I love you guys all so much. So much. Thanks for being here and supporting me, even when I have hard weeks like the last few have been. And I appreciate everyone so much. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you all again soon.